Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 398 of the Chooch Podcast. It's me, John, and, it's kinda, sorta E3? I guess? It's that time, but it doesn't feel like it. Joining me this week is Maverick. Maverick, how are you feeling about this, time?
Shit, dude. I barely remembered that games were happening, you know?
No, yeah, it's...
Like, there was more news
weird
about people involved with games and people involved with games writing than there was actual news about games.
Yeah, that is kind of true. I mean, you know, I don't know if we really like report on that kind of stuff. I mean, there was the big shakeup over at Giant Bomb, with Jeff leaving and kind of just going off on his own, doing his own thing here. You know, good for him. You know, we have. I will be the first to admit that, like, Chooch as a site was very, very inspired by like what Giant Bomb was doing back in the day. So, you know, it's wild, but I'm trying to look at it as like a, oh shit, we have like 3 cakes now kind of deal, where it's like, yeah, Jeff's doing his thing, Nextlander's got their thing, and Giant Bomb still got their thing, you know, like they're all different things, and we can all enjoy it in different ways. But yeah, other than that, though, video games still kind of happened. Solon, you're also here.
Hello, yes.
How are you feeling about all this?
I feel like I got Trojan horsed. They told me there'd be no E3, and I was celebrating. I was like, yes, we could have a year off. We could just take a break, everybody. And then Jeff Keighley comes in, wheeling in a bunch of these, like... So he's got his Summer Game Fest, but then that also means that there's got to be the Wholesome Games Direct and Day of the Devs, and all of these games like kind of came in tow behind him. Like, hey, are the lights on? And it's like, yeah, the lights are on. Everyone, do we have to do this? It's a weird time.
It's fucking bizarre. It like we are like smack dab in the middle of it, basically, because it all got spread out way more. Like, we had what I guess would have been Sony's showcase, which we basically talked about it last week, right? That was already like last week.
Oh God, yeah, that was really the start of all of this, wasn't it?
Yeah, let me make sure that we did, because like, it's also spread out. It's hard to like recall. Yeah, that was last week. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. Oh my god, yeah, it's just, it's so weird. But yeah, so Keighley had his Summer Games Fest, and then right after that there was the Day of the Devs, which is like the sort of like indie follow up to that. And then today we did, I think there was the Future of Play, or maybe that was yesterday. But today definitely we did.
Today was Future of Play, and then prior to that was Wholesome Games. And then later today is the Future Games Showcase, and then tomorrow is Xbox PC Gaming Show. Just, oh man, do we get to vote on another PC case? I hope we can vote for another PC case at the PC Gaming Show.
And then, I mean, there's rumors that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct next week, which, you know, like, makes sense because, you know, they would do that during E3. But again, now that everything is so spread out, nobody knows. There's no, like, concrete date for anything, really.
God, I just remembered, too, I was like, it might have also been the PC Gaming Show where I was just, like, boring a hole into my head over the amount of space-related content that was coming out.
Oh, creating space within your head to make for more space games, huh?
The article's still out there. I forget which roundup it is, but there's definitely one where I'm just like, I'm tired. Please give me something else. It might have been PC gaming. And then also just all the skits.
Oh yeah, Devolver Digital also had their thing.
They announced like 4 games, and it was still like a half an hour thing because they had to do all their shitty skits, and like they got Suda51 in there to do stuff, and it was still bad.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. It was fun.
Nah.
It was very interesting to see someone go to a Visage of Suda51 and be like, hey, well, here's what a producer is, if you didn't know.
They max headroom to Suda51. It's fun.
No, I'm definitely for max headrooming Suda51, but please don't try and make hashtag Moonhouse a trending topic.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This feels like how I feel when there's a million different streaming services. I just don't want to interact with it anymore.
Right.
It's too much. I can't give this much time to this much shit.
Not when it's in a bunch of different places all over the place.
Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe if this was just my job, if I was just doing Chooch, or just working at a site, it would be one thing. But like, I got a full-time job, dog. I can't sit here and watch like 13 hours of streams for games that I don't give a shit about on the whole. Like, they showed nothing I cared about during the Keighley thing, you know? Like the Sony thing had some cool stuff. But
yeah,
Keighley's thing...
do we actually... do we want to go ahead and just get into the meat of it? Go through what...
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that because, hey, guess what? On the Keighley thing, like, I want to see, like, a good, like, 2/3 of that show was horror games on space stations.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same fucking thing, and it was all grouped together. It was like a solid, like, half an hour of that shit. It was insane. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why is everyone making a space horror game? Why is everyone making Dead Space all at once?
So it's about their curation. The curation of this Summer Games show was it ended up making this thing happen.
It was dog shit.
They probably had tons of games submitted, and these are the ones they picked.
I will say, of those, the Callisto Protocol being just straight up another Dead Space by the people that worked on Dead Space, I don't mind that. Nope, I can tell that people definitely have a chip on their, like, there is a definite schism when it comes to seeing a franchise get absorbed by, like, a company. In this case, Dead Space more or less getting fucked over by EA.
Mm-hmm.
This is at least one where I don't mind it because I know that the people that already did the first one are doing it again, and it's not a Back 4 Blood scenario of, like, oh, we're going to try and add new things to it. More so, we know what works. We're going to just dive deeper into what works and then see where we could branch off from there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The
everything else, though,
was...
miss me with that shit.
The showcase of Callisto Protocol was maybe not the best, too, because they were just like, let's watch all the gore. It's like, I'm not someone who's, like, particularly bothered by that kind of stuff, like, I'm fine, like, watching, like, goofy video game gore, but I also don't think it's something that should be, like, super highlighted on, like, a big showcase like this, especially not without some kind of warning ahead of time, because they're definitely, like, I mean, he was like, oh, we're gonna show a little bit more gore, and then it was just, like, dude getting crushed in a fucking, like, wind turbine and shit like that. And it's just like, all right, man. Come on.
Well, don't worry, because we also have footage of Modern Warfare 2.
Which, we could talk all about how military-industrial complex, we can talk all about that. But it was also just boring.
Dog, if you want me to enlist, you gotta make it look fun.
Yeah, like, that was just boring as shit.
That's the thing that's missing out of a lot of propaganda. You gotta be able to entice me. You gotta make it interesting. That's why I, personally, am gonna go see Top Gun Maverick next week in theaters, only on AMC. No, but, like... It's also the fact that it definitely showcases the way that playstyle really affects the way that a game gets presented, and is something that I think a lot more people should take into consideration. Because it's maybe the one time I have ever seen footage of a Call of Duty game where someone is like gingerly walking through the map.
Yeah, nobody does that.
Yeah, they're not
nobody
like around and getting frags and stuff.
You're clicking on L3, you're sprinting through, you're getting footage for your kill cam that you're going to set to the kill by 30 seconds to Mars. No, but I want to be guy. I'm making up a guy right now. Guy who role plays in first person shooters, and every time he has to respawn, he's a new guy.
Yeah. What else do we have here? All right. Yeah. Let's just kind of like go through the other space things that were shown here. There's gonna be a new Aliens game with an S. It's called Aliens Dark Descent. They showed like a little tiny bit of gameplay. It looked like it was gonna be a top-down 4-player game.
Yep, I remember watching a stream of it where the people who were commentating were very excited because it's like, oh, it's Aliens, it's gonna be new. As soon as the top-down footage came on, you could just hear the collective like deflation of just
oh no.
it was something else.
I mean, there's that like Alien Storm game or whatever that Valve made, right? Remember that?
I think so.
It just reminds me. No, it's not Alien Storm. What the fuck was that?
Colonial Marine? Not Colonial Marines.
No. Fuck. Alien Swarm. Alien Swarm. That's free. You could just play that on Steam for free. So
people
they really did show just like 2 seconds of top-down footage. It was like a frame of it.
Mm-hmm.
After 2.5 minutes of like very glossy, very fancy, like rich, like, oh, we're gonna go get those aliens, like hoorah Marine footage. We don't know what we got ourselves into, and then it's just, it's top-down shooter. Like they were afraid to show it at all, and they still were like, look, let's give them a peek.
Yeah. We have Fort Solis, which is a game starring Troy Baker and Roger Clark, who you may know as Arthur from Red Dead 2, as if anyone gives a shit. I'm being so mean. I
Dude, that was... Woo.
I'm being so mean. What the fuck?
Roger Clark's cool. He's Arthur Morgan. Everyone's favorite.
But no, it's on Mars.
It's one of those things where, this is something I can definitively say after witnessing something that basically has this intended effect. Nothing in the United States has enough actual name brand star power to make it so that when you see a name attached to it, it's an immediate buy. Mm-hmm. You know what is, though, as a quick aside, favorite amazing Indian blockbuster, RRR, where literally the initials are just everyone, like the main people's involvement, like initials. Because you can just make a movie that's saying, oh yeah, these people are going to be in there. Fuck it, we'll name it after them. And everyone's going to go, whoa! And, it's definitively not there entirely with the United States, United States film cinema anymore. It's definitely not there with video games. And it's especially not there with Troy, let me pedal back on my NFT services Baker.
Just a quick aside, one of my favorite things about RRR becoming popular over here is that there's just a bunch of Indian Twitter accounts just being all right, you watch that, now watch this movie. It's legitimately heartwarming to be yes, you like our movies, watch more of our movies. It's great, it's fun.
People are strong together, dude.
Mm-hmm. The last one here is, honestly, I feel kind of bad about this one. Again, this is a curation thing. Because there's Routine, which is another spaceship horror game. But this is one that has been like, it was originally gonna, it was announced in 2012, and it just kept getting pushed back. So it's coming out now, soon. I just feel bad, because now it's just like in this pile instead of being highlighted as, oh, look, this is wonderful that it's this game that has been, on the back burner for so long and they're finally getting to finish it. Like, I legitimately feel bad, Like, I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you exactly how good this game will be. Maybe it's a piece of shit. Maybe it's awesome. I don't know. But I just feel bad, like, in general, that they got like grouped together and kind of cast aside because everyone's just going to be like, oh, well, I cared about Callisto Protocol, but not the rest of that shit.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing here is that all of these games may be great and have had a ton of work put into them, but they're all just, muted by each other's presence all together in one place.
Mm-hmm.
It's really bad when I can just scroll through each trailer and it's kind of just like, you wouldn't be fooled if this were the same game.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all very similar, like in style, It's a shame. We got Stormgate, which is a new real-time strategy game from ex-Blizzard folks. It's sci-fi demon stuff. It's gonna be free to play. But no, they officially said no pay to win and no crypto, which, boy, ain't that shitty that that's just another thing that, like, devs are gonna be saying up on stage, like, don't worry, everybody, we're not gonna put any crypto in this, and everyone's gonna be cheering and clapping, like, that's just,
The bar is so low.
Yeah. The concept art looked neat. I hope that it does alright for itself.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. They showed some smaller games here and there too, such as High Water, which is it's an adventure strategy game. It's set in a world ravaged by extreme climate change, so it's just like a bunch of like flooded cities and stuff like that. Where you're exploring around, looking for items and doing some combat. I'm gonna maybe again say something a little mean here. I'm a little done with this particular art style. Like, where it's just, like, this, like, really blocky, like, flat color kind of thing. I don't really feel it anymore. I would like something different.
Yeah, it's that super saturated, like, cel-shaded type of effect.
Yeah.
Super saturation, like, limited details and features. It's unfortunate because there are definitely versions of it I still like. But it's also something that it is the current trend of like Subway advertising that I see a lot.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate that that kind of art style made to basically conserve resources is, just very like spit out.
It's one of those things where it's like, on the whole, I don't want to see it, but like every once in a while someone will make something that looks cool still using it, and it's like, all right, you know what? Yeah, sure. I just wish that like that it wasn't just the standard. But also, yeah, I get it. It's to save cost, it's to save resources. It's understandable. They showed off a little bit more cutscene stuff for Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is that Firaxis game that they announced last year. Coming out October 7th. Spider-Man is going to be in it. Spider-Man is going to be in it. That's the big update. Also, I guess the Switch version got delayed past this, because, it's probably going to take them a while to make a version that is, a little less polished, I suppose, a little less high fidelity.
I appreciate non-MCU Marvel stuff that comes out.
Yeah, like they're explicitly saying that it's going to be like more like not like it's going to be more like magic-y stuff, even though like Wolverine is in it and shit. Like, like Doctor Strange seems to be a big focus on this one.
Yeah, the villain's like some original vampire thing or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah,
it's fun to remember.
Oh,
fun to remember. You can have fun.
Here we go. They'll be able to get some stuff done with Blade in it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Blade.
Let's go Blade. Also, they did say that it is not going to play exactly like XCOM. They said it felt like shit when it was just like XCOM, so it's gonna be something different. So, you know what? I'm kind of looking forward to this one. Like, Firaxis makes some cool stuff, you know? I'd love to see that.
All right, get that shit out of the way. Let's get to these fucking big hit moments. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson cameo.
Yeah, he did just kind of show up and like did a cameo for Jeff Keighley and hawked a bunch of his stuff. He was just like, "Hey, I got my movie. Why don't you go get my energy drink? Hey, I look like I'm nude in my gym because I'm wearing my I'm not wearing a shirt, but it's cut off."
Did he talk about any video games? Did he like show a thing?
No.
What?
I think he like quickly mentioned his involvement with like the next Fortnite season.
Yeah, because he's like in Fortnite. He's one of the characters. I don't know much about it, but he is like in Fortnite. Like it is not The Rock. He is playing a character. But he like briefly mentioned that. But I think he was mostly there to talk about Black Adam, which the trailer for that came out and it doesn't look good.
Oh no. So Jeff Keighley bought a cameo from The Rock, and this is what came out of it?
I don't know if he bought it explicitly, but it sure looks like it just cameo level footage.
Yeah.
Like I could tell that there is. It feels like there's a script nearby that he just printed out to make sure he gets it all like down and ready to go.
Got all his moves in. Put up the eyebrow, the whole thing.
Exactly. All right. You know, we set you up with The Rock. Now we're going to get ready for what everyone's been clamoring for, everyone's favorite thing, The Last of Us.
No. No.
Part 1.
No! They already made
on
that.
PS5.
Oh,
They're
no.
remaking The Last of Us again.
Was that their big finale, their showstopper?
Yes, that was their big finale.
Oh no!
They got Neil Druckmann to come out.
Oh no!
And he was like, "Oh hey, we're gonna do a fucking that Last of Us 2 multiplayer mode is gonna be its own game, and also we're doing The Last of Us Part 1 on PS5."
Oh, that's
fuck you, dude. Shut up.
That sucks.
Shut up. Go to hell. Piece of shit. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I've had enough.
Yeah,
folks,
no, let's move on. I don't want to think about that guy.
If you have any inkling of interest for The Last of Us, just get a PS3 and play that first one.
Yeah, you don't have to buy this one again. You could get the original one for, like, nothing. You could get the remaster for PS4 for, like, nothing. And you can't tell the difference. All the fucking pictures were like, they're like, yeah, this is The Last of Us remastered on PS4. This is The Last of Us Part 1 on PS5. You can't tell. Like, it looks better on PS4 in certain moments. Like, what the fuck? It's such a waste. Like, I saw, like Rose made a tweet that I did not agree with, where she was like, I feel real hippy-dippy thinking about how, like, you know, she was like, they shouldn't remake Resident Evil 4, they should be feeding people with that money. Like, you know, say, you know what I mean, where it's just like, you know, maybe that's maybe not thinking that I would fully go on to, but I absolutely agree with that for this game. Like, this is just a waste of fucking time and money. Like, they could be doing literally anything else with this fucking money, and it would be better. Like, it's pointless. It is pointless masturbation. It is Neil Druckmann, because he wasn't 100% I don't think he was like 100% in charge of The Last of Us 1. So this is him 100% going like, oh, I need to make this mine. I need The Last of Us to be my series, my domain. This is my lasting legacy on games. I made video games art. They are making a TV show of my game. That's what it feels like. Like, go to hell, dude.
It's not picking up on our call, but I did just do a little bit of like soft claps to mimic jerking off.
Yeah, that is what he's doing. It's so fucking stupid. Oh my god. Like, he's such a scumbag. Ugh.
That's so frustrating because it's not even a problem that they're making. They're putting Last of Us Part 1 on the PS5. That's great. The setup, the style of presentation for all of this, God, it's just the wrong place, the wrong time, the wrong energy for the wrong kind of reveal. And that seems like the whole presentation that they put on was something like that.
Yeah. It was not good, in my opinion.
Well, let's think about it this way. Like, as far as Summer Games Fest overall, they're trying to put on an E3 type of show. A lot of the other streams and directs and stuff that we're going to see, they're not like that, but this one definitely is. So, what is missing here from the E3 experience that you really want to see? Like, where's the thing the magic thing that's missing here? Is it
good
just
games.
Good games?
Yeah.
Because a lot of this stuff, like they showed Modern Warfare, they showed a bunch of space games, they had celebrities show up. Like, the beats are there, they're just all in the wrong places and, like, put together weirdly.
They need Mr. Caffeine.
Mr. Caffeine?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing hilarious going on to, like...
You don't remember Mr. Grounded. Caffeine from E3 2011?
Buddy, I can't remember what I had for dinner last night.
But no, like, part of it is just the reality of seeing, like, people in games industries trying to present themselves in a way that's, like, forthcoming and interesting, and from a corporate standpoint, it's always gonna flop, because there's such a divide. And this, while trying to, I'd say, cut through some of the fat, it definitely misses what makes E3 very enjoyable.
You know what? Yeah. You've got a really good point that a part of E3 is the spirit of that, like, big corporate putting everything on the line kind of thing, like, for their public. And this doesn't have those stakes to it.
Yeah.
That's part of where those magical E3 moments where something flubs up happens, where everyone goes, oh man, the biggest company in the world just put this on a big stage. But this isn't the biggest company in the world. This is just Jeff Keighley doing his thing.
Yeah. There's just this, like, sense of spectacle in E3 that you can't get from Jeff Keighley standing there in a room by himself trying to get us to care. And, like, I know a lot of that spectacle is pointless, and a lot of it is just dumb bullshit that we're all supposed to eat up like idiots, but it's E3, man! I want to have some
fun! Yeah, yep. Well, maybe there was another presentation or something that you could sink into.
We do have other things that went on. The rest of these here are kind of just more like indie game sort of deals. But there's some cool stuff here. I don't know if we want to, like, go through each of them or maybe just, like, touch on what we think looked cool. I haven't really been able to look at the new stuff, like the stuff from today. But I did see the Day of the Dev stuff. And some of this is really cool. A lot of this is stuff that I'm, like, pretty fucking interested in. I don't know. Do you want to, like, pick and choose, or should we just kind of go?
What got you excited at Day of the Devs?
Couple. I'll say a couple of things here that I thought looked cool. I think that let me see here. First one was Time Flies. That was one of the first things they showed. It's just a game where you're a fly, and you're going around this house and trying to, like, maneuver as a fly, and just try to do the best that you can do with what you have, because you're a fly and you're gonna die. Let's see. There was also Fox and Frog Travelers: The Demon of Adashino Island. That looked just fantastic. It reminded me of like And I say this that it doesn't remind me of a specific one, but it just reminds me like this would be an obscure like late PS1, early PS2 adventure game, like Japanese adventure game. And it just has this like impeccable sense to it. I love how it looks. I love its graphics. I love its mood and atmosphere. I'm very interested in this one, Fox and Frog, and I don't think this is coming out anytime soon. I think they said it's going to be like a few years even, but that seemed pretty cool. There's also Birth, which is a game where it's a puzzle game where you are making new animals by combining like bones and organs together.
That's sick.
Yeah, and it's like it's cuter than you'd think. Like it's you know, it's definitely like macabre, but it's also like kind of cute at the same time.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, all of these are just wildly different.
Yeah.
Such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, absolutely. There's also Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland, which is a remake or a reboot of a classic. It's a classic cartoon that also had an NES game that is notorious for how rare it is, and they're making a new one. It is a Kickstarter game. They are. I think it did start up already. The Kickstarter started up. But it looks gorgeous and pretty fun too, from what it has showcased so far. You know, it's just some nice little platformer stuff. Doesn't seem like it's gonna like change the world or anything, but it's nice. It looks cute. So that's what I liked from Day of the Devs. I don't know if there's anything you all cared for that you want to highlight.
No, I mean, those are fine. Bear and Breakfast coming out later next month. I'm definitely excited for.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We also had Goodbye World, an indie game about indie game creators created using pixel art, mimicking, SNES and Game Boy games. Seems interesting. I'm a sucker for media that contemplates the actual craft and what it means to create. So to see that later into this year, hope it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Fox and Frog was the one that was like really stuck out for me. But also, every time I see more of the spooky haunted choo choo scary game, I just keep seeing new angles to it that I'm kind of getting more and more into. Because at first it was like a cute little gimmick kind of thing to me, and now I'm like seeing more about it, and it's like, hey, this actually looks like it's been getting a lot of like, because of how it's been shown in these like big showcases over the last year. People have, they've worked on fleshing it out more and more, and it's kind of actually got some bones and stuff to it that I'm really excited about. Choo Choo Charles, I like that one.
Mm-hmm. I will just say real quick that I'm glad that we're seeing some more stuff from Cook Serve Forever. That was at the Future of Play.
Oh, cool
showcase.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. God bless that this Cook Serve franchise will continue forever.
Future of Play also had some pretty solid inclusions in them. Psychroma, this sort of like time loop horror game, definitely looks curious. And alongside that, Love Shore, which is sort of like a visual novel, but written by, I believe, a queer horror author. And so it definitely plays into some of those tropes where might be less about like, oh, who do you romance, and more necessarily, what does survival mean for you and the people you want to like take with you.
Now we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty good. Like when you have two differently named protagonists and basically two different routes, I can only assume how that's gonna like try and actually come together, which I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And most of it most everything else was pretty good. Trying to see here, The Wandering Village, I saw a lot of people have interest in. Still not a marked release yet, but basically, farming sim, but on the back of a giant turtle type creature, where basically everything is toxic, but you got to make sure that your home is alive so that you yourself can also thrive and your community.
The different modality of it, where you're zooming in and out of this sort of like this city builder. It looks tight.
Yeah. We didn't mention it because it's part of the Devolver Showcase, but Skate Story looked very up my alley.
That did look really cool. There's also the Plucky Squire that was also at Devolver. That is being partially made by James Turner, who used to work for Game Freak. He announced that he was leaving with the announcement of this game, basically. Pretty shocking, he's been at Game Freak for a good while, designed a lot of Pokemon, a lot of characters, was in charge of the art for Sword and Shield. But yeah, he's doing his own thing, and Plucky Squire looks really cool. It's this little storybook game. You're going around as this cute little squire, and then you eventually leave the book, and you're traveling around on the person's desk and interacting with other things in other worlds, and I think that looks kick-ass. So yeah, I'm excited to see that, and I'm interested to see what's going on with Mr. Turner in the future, because I just really like his art. And everyone needs to stop talking shit about Vanilla.
Don't talk shit about Vanilla. It's just a nice ice cream cone.
If you're talking shit about Vanilla, it's on site.
Leave them alone. That game rocked, and that trailer was incredible. The trailer sets you up in such a perfect way, and then subverts all of those expectations as you move outwards from inside this storybook type of presentation. That transition was incredible. It was just wow, video games rule, right? Video games are awesome. I forgot.
It's it's fucking weird. Games are weird.
Games are on weird mode.
I'm glad we kind of ran through that, though. So from, I guess, the day that this comes out, or maybe the day before, I don't know. Time is weird. We are going to have the Bethesda and Microsoft showcase, and Capcom's doing something. Nintendo's probably going to do something. I don't know what EA and Ubisoft are doing.
Is there some kind of place... I'm remembering E3's past, where we had to scrounge the day of to find anything even resembling a schedule for E3 itself, its own contained thing. Now there's no container.
No.
How do I know anything?
There's nothing
happening.
Where is it? What's going on, folks?
Because it's hard enough that they're not on the same day. It's hard enough that they're on different channels or different there's no one Twitch channel or something, no YouTube channel that's going to have everything on it. But also, we don't know what time these things are happening until they're happening.
Yeah.
And I think the only way to find out is to be literally following every one of these different channels to know that they're happening. Which is asking a lot, even out of just a normal kind of gamer type person, to have to be following both Microsoft and Wholesome Games, It's a lot happening.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to just trying to figure out what exactly it is that you are invested in or curious about. I don't know, going through the Wholesome Games material.
Yep.
A lot of cool stuff. I just know myself at this point where some of these games I'm just going to pass on for the way that I just eventually go through the process of farming simulators or crafting development, which a lot of these games fall in line with. Not to dismiss what they're going for. It's more just it'll be cool to check out through someone else rather than trying to keep up with it.
I kind of noticed a little bit of a pattern between future of play and wholesome games, a lot of these, a lot of like dating and lifestyle simulators across the boards, and I like to believe that there's just these folks out there that are like, the future of play is figuring your fucking life out. Okay, that's the future of play. Go outside.
To an extent.
And my response to that is no. No. Well, I mean, that's E3 so far, folks. It feels kind of weird being like 45 minutes into this and being like done talking about it, but you know, I guess we got next week to do, I guess, the big heavy hitters. What else is going on though? I mean, there are some new bits of news here. We do have
a bunch of new games came out this week that like none of these showcases even talked about.
No, yeah, it's pretty wild out there. Why don't we go in on some of these? Maverick, you've been playing some stuff. Not really anything too new, but what's going on?
Recently I unsealed this, I would say that I've been in the mind of like, if I play this now, it's going to be my main focus. And as someone who has multiple JRPGs on rotation that are unfinished at the moment, it's like, do I really want to go into this right now? Oh, but eventually, as many often do, the consensus came to, a VTuber's playing it right now, so I at least want to get caught up before I like try and check those videos out. And now I am playing 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that game's purdy.
Is purdy?
It is.
Listen, Vanillaware Games know how to stamp their mark on a lot of their shit. And 13 Sentinels is no different. And so far, I've really been enjoying it. As people that have already played it probably know, I am not super ways into the game where it's interesting to see it for the first time, because I've also done a good job of just having zero knowledge of what's in store for this game. And so for the most part, getting introduced to not only the pseudo like turn-based strategy mechanics that come from the crux of the gameplay, but then also seeing the way that the narrative plays out too, because there's a whole prologue that comes in that's just hitting you with a lot of this information of just like, here are the characters. Here's how you're going to be doing the stuff that's not just interacting with the characters. Here's the collectibles, so to say, of our visual novel that you can just keep racking up and like figuring out. Where basically after the prologue or after the tutorial, these are the 3 ways that you actually interact with the narrative. And it's curious too, the fact that it does lay it out so plainly, where you have your mech battles, where, the story about, to not divulge too much about what's going on, because I know that there are people that are definitely still trying to go in cold turkey. Aliens are invading. You gotta be a teenager and get in the robot. So part of that is, here's when I had to get into the robot. And then the other part of it is trying to actually untangle this very well done narrative of just your main characters interacting with one another and getting involved in this entire scenario. I was even surprised about the fact that not everybody that you deploy in your battle screen are actually unlocked immediately. You only have about a handful of characters, and through those interactions and playing through some of those stories, you unlock more, but then you'll also be caught in specific roadblocks where it's like, you got to play this part of the battle to continue, or maybe like, oh, you got to unlock this collectible to continue. It does a good job of rotating through each of these components, and it'll show you just the percentage of like completion for everything. And when you show me a number that has to go up to 100, well, now you've given me a very, very immediate task to take care of. But no, I've really been enjoying it. Like, I'm glad that I'm not just, I feel like there's been a part of me that's like worried I wouldn't be into it. But so far, I'm just fully on board. I think the writing is very well done. The characterization comes out in a way that, even just now, gives a lot to the characters, and no idea how long it'll take for me to finish, but God, is it really just a fun ride so far.
Who's one of your favorite characters right now?
Oh my God, that is a good question, because I'm also having to remember names, but
there's 13 of those Sentinels.
Agihima, I think is his name.
Well, describe him.
Agishima? Yeah. Agishima is this character who, like, is it Kagoshima? No. Oh, sorry. Shu Amiguchi is who I'm thinking about. Listen, you literally are given 13 different names.
Yep.
Yeah, they kind of dump a lot on you at once.
And then some.
So what's Shu's deal?
Yeah.
But, no, Shuma...
And then some characters are, like, named to different things in different timelines and shit.
Listen, I was already starting to get through that, too, where I'm just like, is it Sid Raffman or Sid Hoffman? What's the fucking Homestar joke?
Sid Hoffman or Sid Frenchman?
Frenchman. Which is basically the... that's the crux of this game. But no, Shu being this kid that you don't even see until a little bit... You don't see his own story until later on, but immediately, like, another kid's just like, oh, I always go to his house because he's got all the games and he's such a cool guy. And it's like, all right. But then to actually play through him and see, like, okay, there's a bit of, like, a Playboy personality there, but then also... just like getting to see the way his narrative is unraveling and realizing like, oh, what I thought was immediately there in terms of what he was doing, how things are going on, what may or may not be the family situation. I at least got far enough where another wrinkle came in of like, oh, no, wait, this isn't even Shu as we know him right now. Or like, this isn't like your base state, because 13 Sentinels is also a game about time travel. There maybe some dimension hopping. They often go back to just like, oh wow, this is just like that kaiju movie. This is just like those old movies about the aliens. But basically, it locks itself, I would say, around World War II Japan, and goes as far out as it'll take in order for giant robots to presumably be readily available for the impending future. And so a lot of space to play with, and it does a really good job of not giving the full exposure up, but Shu's definitely been one of my favorite characters. Oh, the guy that loves the yakisoba pan.
You always need a character like that.
Yeah, and he is definitely has a lot to unpack in terms of he might be a character that is actually just from World War II, like 1944. And where there's some characters where it's like, oh, you're here, but wait, now you're also over there. How's that working out? Hijiyama. Takatoshi Hijiyama. And it's definitely noticeable just because of the way that, there is a pre-World War II perception of the world and a post-World World War II perception, and there is so much to unpack about the fact that he is having to just go through everything while still immediately like we'll occasionally just go, all right, so we're gonna go back and fight the Americans, right? And then progressively gets into, no, I have to go back. I've got to stop this. It's a very interesting wrinkle to the character of just having to really, grapple with the reality in a way that I haven't seen a lot of the other characters go through yet. But who's to say? Again, I'm still very early on, so by the next time that I play, there might be just another twist and everything that makes me go, oh shit, guess what? But there's no one in the cast that I outright dislike. Maybe one character that I've had a little bit of trouble in that I'm confusing them with another character at the moment, but I feel like that's possibly for its own reason, and that there'll be enough development that'll make that make sense.
Right.
But also just go play it, dude.
Yeah. I own it. I on PS4. I mean, I think the Switch version would probably be a little bit easier to fuck around with and just kind of, bring around.
It's still on my list forever. I'm gonna get to it. I know I will.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta.
You gotta. Make it its own until we beat.
Treat it with the respect it deserves. I don't want to play it all in one sitting. I will
until we read.
Yeah, let me hit you with something. All right, hey, there was new Final Fantasy 14 update. This game does this every couple of weeks, and this update was really special. Actually, it was a special update because it was all instead of normally like they would update like here's a new story update for the main set of stories and stuff, or here's a bunch of mechanics, or here's a bunch of systems that we've just added that we finally got into the game. Or we've patched the game, and so everyone's combat is different now. No, this was just straight up, hey, you know all those characters that you all really like? We added some side quests for all of them. And so we got to do some side quests with Tataru, who is the outfitter of the Scions. She makes your outfits and helps with planning and stuff, but is not like a main part of the... She is a main part of the group, but not the main, person who goes out on missions and stuff. So she's always the one who stays behind, and so this was a side quest where it was like, hey, the world is saved, so she's gonna start a new business, and you're gonna help her with that. And that's all cute and fun. Also very short, but it's weird. All of these were... some of these were really long, some of these were really short, but all of them kind of set up as if this was a promise to do more later with these characters. And so it's kind of cool that this is the opening of a lot of things, a lot of new stuff. So the other parts was we had to come back to the Manderville quest line with the inspector who... when we last left off with him, which was 2 years ago, there's been an entire expansion of stuff that happened since the last time that this character actually got to have any side quests. But the last time we left them off, they were doing a whole Doctor Strange falling through the universes shit, and we just kind of left him hanging there, just he'll be fine, he'll figure it out. And so this was a nice return where we get to see that he did not in any way figure it out. He showed up in a completely different dimension in the wrong place, and we accidentally had to figure out a way to get him out of there. Full of tons of fun little... these are the quest lines that you see in Final Fantasy XIV recaps where it all looks like it's G-posing. It's all the Team Fortress 2 shitpost videos. That's this quest line. That's this thing. And so we didn't get any of this fun comedy bits for the last 2 years, and now it's back. It's nice. And then the last big one was the Omega series. Alpha and Omega. Alpha is a little chocobo from Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. And Alpha went into the internet to murder Omega, and did it because Alpha's the most powerful little bird in the world. With our help, of course. But that is actually not the end of that story. We we killed the internet man known as Omega, and ended up downloading his spirit onto a little toy robot. And so he gets to actually live on. And it was very, like, a thing that was, like, really dramatic before, now is just this nice little, like, fun friend. But Omega's questline, this is the only one out of this trio that actually is involved directly with what happens in the events of Endwalker. Because we find out the internet construct guy that Omega was part of this whole bigger civilization during the events of Endwalker. We meet all those guys. That's a whole, like, side event that was really an exciting thing right before the very end of that expansion. And so this gets to come back and reflect on all of that, where Omega, now as a tiny toy, is, like, dealing with the idea that, like, he's a shade of what he once was, while also trying to deal with the death of everybody that was, like, his whole crew of robot people. And so you are questing with Omega and Alpha to basically teach Omega what love is. And he just directly asks you, like, hey, I'm a robot. I don't know what love is. Like, what's the point of this? And you go and you very unsuccessfully show him what love is. And the entire time he's like, man, I don't get this, but, like, you kicked my ass, and so I gotta figure this out. Because I'm supposed to be the most powerful being in existence, and now I'm a toy, and for some reason love is what had to do with it. I don't get that. So yeah, it's
damn,
Omega's
that's rough.
just he's having a rough one. But yeah, all of these side quests were fun and impactful. Different lengths. The Omega one's the real star of the show, though. That is one of those quest lines where you really don't want to miss it. And it's weird because how the infrastructure of FF14 works means that to actually do that Omega quest, you have to finish the entirety of the story quest all the way up through Endwalker, which fine. But also B, you have to have done the entire Omega raid series and quest lines that follow it. And so it's a weird ask. It's kind of tough. There are certain points along that main story quest where they're going to, like, ask you to go do these offshoot raid series and stuff. And so most everyone should have had these done at some point anyway, because it's not off the beaten path, it's kind of aligned with it. And so it just ends up now we're, like, years divorced from any of these storylines or characters, and, like, oh right, hey, vibe check, have you actually done this raid series from 4 years ago? Because surprise, it's back. Weird little, like, this is MMO stuff. This is just a part of it, Other than that, there was a couple other smaller updates, and I guess the other big update, I haven't touched this yet, the Arcus Odara Beast Tribes came in. Those are the elephant people that are new to Endwalker, and they're a really cool group of people, and I have not gotten to hang out with them once. I couldn't find where their quest line started because I didn't look very hard. They hide all this stuff from me. They don't just give me a list that says, hey, go here. Hey, Solon, you don't have an attention span. Go here. I don't have an attention span, okay? I plugged in, I turned on FF14, and right away, I couldn't get my controller working. So I had to spend 30 minutes figuring that out. And by spending 30 minutes figuring that out, I mean, I figured out that the Guitar Hero controller I had plugged into my computer worked as a controller. And so I played Final Fantasy XIV with a Guitar Hero controller for like 30 minutes. That was my distraction. You might as well. Yeah. It worked, and I'm mad that it worked.
Jeez, all right.
Now I want to do more with it now that I figured out it worked. But yeah, that's my Final Fantasy 14 update. It's in a very nice, sweet spot right now. But we're all just waiting for freaking the internet servers to get together so that we can actually cross different servers and meet each other. They've promised this for like a year and a half now, and it feels like it's the exact same feeling as fucking US infrastructure updates. Over here in Seattle, I've got there's a light rail that's being built right near my neighborhood, and it's been 1 year away for the last 4 years. We're just 1 year away from this light rail getting done and laid down, and I'm just like, I know you've been saying that. I'm so excited for it, but okay. It's the exact same feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have faith.
You just gotta have faith.
Right. You're right, Maverick. I gotta have faith. I don't have much faith left. It'll happen. It's fine. This is tiding me over. That's what it is.
I don't know. I don't have anything to talk about. I've just been still playing Strange Journey.
Forever? Yeah.
A lot. Yeah, a lot. You know, I'm going through the dungeons. I'm fusing demons. I'm doing what you would do.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite demon?
Who's the shits of demons?
Least favorite? Who's the shits? Who sucks?
If you had to kick a demon in the nuts, what demon would it be?
It's a hard question because there's a lot of shithead demons, but I also kind of love them because they're shitheads. I'm just gonna type in worst SMT demon. I just want to look at what they say are the worst ones. What are the worst ones? Top 10 worst persona designs. What the fuck? Come on. Worst team of demons you can imagine. This is just games. These aren't.
They'll tell you which games suck. They won't tell you which demons suck. They love every demon.
Oh, Master Therion's fucked up looking. I don't like to see him. The long legs. Oh yeah, and there's his cock too. He's also got his cock out.
That's usually a sign of a great SMT demon.
That is true because like there's those little bastards in like the early parts of the games, the like Petras, and they just got their little they're like crazy frog. They're a very crazy frog, yeah. I don't know. There's so many good ones that I don't really think of the bad ones. I'm just like, yeah, you know, these are good characters. I mean,
it's easy if you've got a character you don't like, you just make them into something you do. You
just don't use them. Yeah, you just get rid of them. You're like, all right, see you later, stupid.
Girl with a gun or something.
Yeah. Let me just say real quick though, I did get to the point where yeah, in Strange Journey where I met Lucille, like Louisa Fair, which is like the funniest thing in the world. Like, all right, yeah, you're totally getting one over on me here. Louisa Fair. Ugh. It's good. Like I seriously like laughed my ass off as soon as that popped up. I was just like, yeah, we're fucking doing this shit. We're just going for it, huh?
Louisa Fair.
I know. Yeah, I just fought Horkos, which is the big
hell yeah.
gluttonous demon. Because I guess each of the layers seem to be, because you're like in like a black hole in Antarctica basically, and each of the layers like trying to get out of it are like I think each of the 7 deadly sins. So I've done gluttony, lust, and something else. I mean, I don't know. Isn't there like in fucking Dante's Inferno? Don't they have like the actual layers like plotted out?
I think they're different from like the 7 sins. I
think so.
Each level of hell is like its own punishment.
Yeah, no. Maybe it is the levels of hell because this kind of there was like the limbo. Yeah, I think it is the levels of hell. Cause yeah, limbo, lust, gluttony, which I just did, and I guess the next one will be greed. So yeah, Why is fraud so low? Why is I feel like I feel like fucking someone over is bad, but like heresy and violence are above fraud.
I'm not an ethics professor.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe that's a little low.
I'm not the devil. I didn't.
You did identity theft? You're going to super hell. We've got levels of hell for you, buddy, and they're the bottom ones.
Get fucked.
Flatterers?
You go to fucking hell, you flatterer.
That's fucked up. That's wild. Virtuous pagans go to limbo.
That sounds fun. That makes limbo sound a little more exciting, actually.
Yeah.
More of a destination, yeah.
Yeah, we're probably just hanging out. It's all good. Yeah. Let's go over some small bits of news here. Because there's a lot of just, like, weirdo shit that's gone on lately. Like, for example, apparently there's going to be actual Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Oh no, is it going to be like the Garfield pizza?
Kinda. It seems like it's just going to be like a ghost kitchen thing, where it's just going to be like, yeah, you're going to be able to sign up to make pizza, and it'll have Freddy Fazbear on it, so kids are going to want to buy it.
Inherently it's going to be a ghost
kitchen.
That's kind of the whole point. It's all haunted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's... I mean, wait.
I don't know.
Are they like ghosts? In Five Nights at Freddy's, are they ghosts? I don't know.
They're like spirits. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Dog, is this like the third week in a row that I have to somehow explain FNAF lore?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I realized that, and I was just like, oh no, Maverick, I'm sorry. Oh no.
Somehow, accidentally, we've spent 3 weeks covering FNAF lore.
I'm so sorry.
More importantly...
No, that's fine.
The ghost kitchen concept has to be a thing, because they can't have like a physical location for these, or else people will give that place hell.
No. Mm-hmm.
At every Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, you can find one, what is it? William Afton, the man behind the slaughter, the purple man himself. Yo,
what?
why he Urple?
Why he Urple?
Yo, why he Urple, though?
Also, Guile was announced for Street Fighter 6.
God.
That is something that we forgot to mention during the
we have
Summer
a whole
Games
Street
Fest.
Fighter 6.
I like his design. His design. He has a beard now. That always
makes Street Fighter characters better.
And he's wearing... And he's got, like, a flight suit. He looks
he's
cool.
Top Gun Maverick.
I like his design. Yeah, he is pretty Top Gunned here. Also, they confirmed the Street Fighter 6 will have crossplay and rollback.
Okay.
So there you go.
Welcome to the future, Street Fighter.
Yeah. Welcome to the future. One last bit of small news here that is
Oh yeah.
Remember a couple of years ago when they were like, "Oh, we're totally gonna make a Duke Nukem movie," and then it was starring John Cena, and then that never really happened.
Yeah, that was like just a weird rumor, right?
Well, it seems like it's gonna truly happen this time. We have people signed on for it.
Good.
No, not John Cena. We do not have a star tied to it. We have a Legendary Entertainment. And it'll be produced by Josh Held, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg, who were in charge of Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They will be making the Duke Nukem feature film.
If they've got people attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's wild. I wonder who they're going to get to voice cast.
That's a great question, because... I mean, they're probably just gonna have like some person like actually acting as Duke and not have a voice actor. But I mean, you know, if they decide to maybe not cast the same guy as the voice actor, maybe he'll just fucking lose it.
Who, he?
For like no reason. Yeah. You know. Look. John St. John seems to be kind of, very, like, he's not, like, concrete about this. He's been if you are on Twitter and aware of the retro FPS like group of folks who like shitpost and make dumb jokes about like old games, you will probably be aware of Gianni Matrograno. Really funny dude, really talented voice actor. He kind of got his foot in the door in a way. Like, I mean, he was doing stuff on Newgrounds for a while, but he got more popular by doing a Duke Nukem impression. And apparently, John St. John has been, like, bothering him for, like, a year and a half about it. Being very wishy-washy and very random about it. And, like, one day being like, no, I think it's cool that you're doing it. And then, like, the next day, like, tweeting middle fingers at him and telling him that, like, Randy Pitchford is going to come after him. It's nuts.
Oh.
Gianni doesn't seem like he wants to, like, cancel John St. John over it or anything. He's just like, hey, this is fucking weird. I don't really get what his deal is. I don't really want to do Duke stuff that will get me paid anymore. Like, he still occasionally does Duke impressions. Like, he did a video recently, and he's also going to be helping with with patching up that Duke Nukem Forever build that came out recently. Like, he's going to be doing a few lines for that just to, like, complete the audio. But he's, like, very specifically like, I'm not making money off of this. I'm not making money on anything that I do regarding Duke anymore. Like, he feels bad for, like, getting attention for doing it, but also, like, what else is he supposed to do? You know, like, he's just doing dumb memes. Like, yeah, dude, like, John St. John, if you want to get on that, you can just do that. You can make dumb memes and stuff, but also, like, he's out there, like, not crediting artists. He's not, like, attributing who's, like, originally making the memes and all that. And Gianni was. So it's just, like, I don't know. People seem to be more ready to do stuff with Gianni because Gianni's just, like, doing it a bit. Yeah, he's more accessible.
That's so frustrating. And so it leaves this role of Duke Nukem in this movie kind of in a tenuous spot when all of the Duke Nukem voice acted associated people are in a tough spot right now.
I mean, they're gonna hire some actual actor. It's gonna be live action. So that's gonna be the thing, though, is that, like, is John St. John gonna lose his fucking mind when they hire, like, John Cena or whatever, and then he's not gonna voice over John Cena? You know, like, you know, and like, something that Gianni even points out, like, John St. John got his start doing impressions on radio. Like, nobody is saying, oh, hey, like, maybe some people are out there like, oh man, Gianni should replace John St. John as Duke if there's another Duke game, but, like, that's not fucking reasonable. Like 10 times more people are gonna be like, where's John St. John? Where is our Duke? You know, like, until John St. John is physically unable to do the voice anymore, he's gonna be the Duke Nukem voice actor, and, like, he's just being, like, he's just freaking out over nothing, basically, it seems like, and it's frustrating because, like, Gianni just wants to be a good sport.
Yeah, I feel for John St. John in a lot of ways on this one, just because it's hard when, you know, people know you for one thing, and it's, you know, he's trying to figure out where his place is outside of that, because if he can't keep doing that Duke Nukem voice, then what else, you know, is there for him? I don't know if that's literally what's going on in his mind, but that's where my head would be at if I were him. And if I was in that,
he does still do videos here and there. Like, he started doing these things because, like, in response to Gianni, and, like, you know, like, I'll be honest, his stuff doesn't get as much as many, like, interactions, because the things that he's doing aren't, like, as funny as what Gianni's doing. Like, Gianni's just, like, voicing over, like, dumb memes and shit, and that's why people are reacting to it. But John St. John stuff is just, like, Duke Nukem being like, I pulled a hammy when I had sex last night. Thank goodness I was alone. Like,
yeah,
you know, that's like, like, that's a little funny. But, like, Gianni's, like, you know, Gianni's doing stuff that like people our age think is funny. You know, like that's
it's
why
not just saying
more attention.
$19 Fortnite card. Who wants it?
Like if John St. John wants to get that kind of attention, he needs to keep up with the times. But like at the same
he shouldn't
time,
have to either, right?
If they make a new Duke Nukem, but also at the same time, if they make a new Duke Nukem game, he's going to be Duke Nukem,
yeah, no,
so he doesn't need to worry about it.
Extra online. That's not. Yeah, I hope he finds his peace, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Because if I were him, I would definitely be in that mindset of like, oh my god, my career is all centered around this one character, and other people could just casually do this even better than I can now. And it's, you know, part of just getting older, getting older, being in your career longer. And I figure there's just a lot of anxiety around that.
Yeah. I get it. I understand why he's worried. Like, it's gotta be scary being, like, an older guy in this industry, like, feeling like you're gonna get replaced, but, like, he still gets work. And, hell, like, it's kind of wild, too, that he's acting like this when one of his more recent gigs is in Postal 4, where he's replacing a very famous voice. Like, yeah, they eventually, like, they like play into it and being like, oh yeah, now in Postal 4 you can play as like Postal 1 Postal 1 guy, Postal 3 guy, and Postal 4 guy, but it's like he was basically replacing the Postal 1 dude for a while, and like everyone, you know, like if you're a Postal fan, you like are attached to that guy's voice, like and he was also like a radio voice actor guy too. So it's just like he's basically getting upset about something that he actually did that the guy he's upset about didn't actually do. You know, like come on.
For sure. I hope they can bury the hatchet. I hope that they can meet and just be hanging out and chill, because no one wants anything bad for any of the people involved in that.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely something where it's not like, oh, fuck John St. John, he can go to hell. Like, absolutely not. This is just something that where I just hope that they could just, like, talk it out and figure it out. And, like, that's how it should be. Like, I hope that they can figure it out, because they are both talented. I really like Gianni's work, like, and I also really like John St. John's work. Like, honestly, yeah. Like, as much as we, you know, crack jokes about Duke Nukem, that voice is fucking iconic. And like other roles that he does are also really good. Like, you know, again, we crack jokes about it, but you know, like he's fun as Big the Cat. You know, he's good in a lot of the other stuff that he's in. Like, he's a great voice actor, and like, you know, it's just a shame that like that he feels insecure about all this.
Yeah. And we need John St. John, and we need Gianni. They've got their work cut out for them, because holy shit, a live action Duke Nukem like movie sounds like the worst idea ever, and we're gonna need them really bad afterwards.
We need them both clowning on it. We need the combined efforts. Like fucking. You know, if there's going to be a cameo in the Duke Nukem movie of the voices of Duke or whatever, we need fucking John St. John to be in there and just like do the voice perfectly, and then like the Duke voice actor will be, or the Duke real life actor will be like, oh, you sure sound the part, but you know, like cracking jokes about it, and just like, you know, have like Gianni and fucking LGR show up too, like have like celebrate all the goofiness. We're all into Duke Nukem because it's stupid as fuck. Like, just, we're all cracking jokes. We're all having a good time. Who gives a shit? But yeah, that's the rest of the news that we have. What else is going on, though? Solon, tell me what's going on.
So I've been on vacation for, like, the last 2 weeks. Well, I've been coming out of vacation. I've been in a transitionary period of having vacated and not played a bunch of games to being like, all right, I got to figure out how games work again. And in doing that, a lot of the stuff that I did on vacation was like, I'm going to do things that I've never done before, do things that I've always wanted to do, but never really had the time or space to do it. And one of those things was I got set up in my house with a I got Guitar Hero working again right before I went on vacation to set up to getting a Clone Hero setup working on my computer. And I've been avoiding it for a long time because to me, it always just felt like a lot of work for a very strange niche of rhythm gaming. Because in my head, Clone Hero was not like Guitar Hero. Clone Hero was where fans make their own rhythm charts for the songs that they want to do, and those rhythm charts are all gonna be kind of hardcore for some real perverts out there. That I'm finding out is true.
Yes,
but I also found out along this journey that holy shit, there's so much accessible content for on the Clone Hero platform that we just immediately got set up with, like, here's full downloads to every Guitar Hero game chart. Here's full downloads to DJ Hero charts. Here's full downloads to like whatever you want. And then on top of that, there's like search engines put together that's like, hey, you want a chart? Type in a song you like, see if it's on there. And they are on there. We started with downloading the entirety of My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade and played through all of that. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of charted by perverts, but like it's a good time. They even put together like hard, medium, and easy mode charts to try to be more accessible for all of this stuff and not just be about like, oh, look at how many notes are on screen. Look at you hitting all of these notes, star. It's no. There's a lot more heart to it than that now, just because the technology and the fucking sweat that people have put into making the system work in its own weird way. It's kind of amazing. We went from there and was like, all right, let's take this another level, because obviously it makes sense. Someone's charted out entire My Chemical Romance charts, sure. Have they done 100 gecs?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have done the entire 1000 gecs album on Guitar Hero. All right, excellent. Those
Good.
charts are dumb. It was so yeah, I'm going on an adventure, journeying through this stuff. It's so funny too, because how this is all archived and put together is like they basically like send you to a Google Drive that someone has set up and hosted. So the entire like Clone Hero architecture is just through Google Drives that people have made. And so you'll click on a song and be like, all right, I want to download that. And they just send you to somebody's personal Google. And they're just like, yeah, just zoop it right off here, bud. And I'm like, okay. It's the easiest thing in the world on the user's end. And it's become so easy that we've been able to actually like go farther than that and do what I'm finding out is a dream come true. I've never ever gotten to play any of these rhythm games, either Guitar Hero or Rock Band or anything. I've never played them online with other people. That's been a thing that you could do in like the Xbox architecture from Guitar Hero 3 onwards. But since I was always playing on Nintendo, I just never really had that option in any kind of way that made sense. And now, the newest, like Clone Hero updated like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago with full architecture for online play. And it's fucking game changing to be able to just like download a song with your friends and then all play it together on your funny plastic guitars. Like getting into a Discord call where like 3 or 4 people aren't even talking to each other. You just hear plastic clicking noises. And then someone will like drop their combo and we'll all go, ah! And it's like, it's the most charming thing in the world, and I love it. And so, yeah, Clone Hero, something that started out for me as something that was like kind of alienating, is very quickly becoming the most like wholesome thing that I didn't know I needed in my life.
That's fun. That's cute.
So I mean, if you happen to have old Xbox Guitar Hero controller, that's just USB. It'll plug right into your computer, and Clone Hero will pick it up pretty easily. It did not take nearly as much effort and time and energy as I thought it would to set up or do anything. It's really well put together now. Now, if I could just stop Charter's making you play open notes, that's fucked up. Come on, guys. That's not Guitar Hero. Don't put a big purple bar on the line and make me hit a bunch of open notes in a row, y'all weirdos.
Never covet yourself. You got anything else to throw in there?
Yeah, I mean, right before this recording, I actually went ahead and downloaded the demo for Rumbleverse. They got a open beta going on for the next 24 hours. Rumbleverse being this battle royal, but melee wrestling focused battle royal. And I gotta say, even from just a few, just like an hour or two queuing in, it's pretty fun so far. I'm really enjoying my time with it. Where, God, it definitely follows the conventions of, what do you expect a free-to-play Battle Royale game to be like in 2022 in a post-PUBG, Fortnite layout? But I think it does a lot of things similar to Knockout City that help it just deviate from that norm. The first which being the fact that it is just entirely melee focused. You make your little guy, which are just you have different body shapes of just literal, do you want The Rock just bulked out, big muscles and everything?
Nude.
Do you want a short and stout motherfucker with no neck, basically? Or do you want a lanky, skinny guy? Which I think definitely covers a, decent range of what you could expect out of a pro wrestler nowadays. A lot of fun customization options. Just make the weirdest little guy. I think it'll definitely get housed or counted on with the, cartoony aesthetic that leans into Fortnite to some extent, but I think it's able to carve out its own niche outside of that. Regardless of what's been out before, it's definitely wanting to do something its own. And as soon as you load in and are able to do actually get into the game, which I think prior to loading you just have all of your moveset available, you can just fuck around in this the preview screen of before you get launched into the main area, and you can just figure out your moves and mechanics, and it's not too difficult to figure out. You have the ability to just do a simple 3-hit combo with your basic attack. The button that gets used as your super move, which can be on its own, is a standard hold that'll get someone in a suplex or something. If you time that with specific button presses, so it's on PlayStation, basic on a DualShock 4, basic attack is square, super attack is triangle. So if you do square triangle, cool, that's a short hit that gets somebody up against a wall. Because if you slam somebody to a wall or a window, that does damage to them too, and it also stuns them a little bit. You mix them up again, so you have a launcher for another one, so that you can just do a very standard combo process. It gives you a lot of space to work with, and then on top of that, L1 and R1 are designated to skills that you can also just pick up on the map as another collectible. Basically magazines that have different moves that you can pick up, and that'll let you do different things. And they, they can vary from just, some field of area of effect, swinging lariat, like Zangief. But then it gets as intricate as you can just do an Inazuma drop, an Inazuma drop. You can do you can do the poison Muda mist, because some things have poison damage to them. And so the standard mist is if you're just doing the Triple H thing, but here it's oh no, basically I'm just doing the Muda mist. Or, I'll have poison attached to these sumo chops that I'm doing. Your first, your basic square attack is just a chop, which I appreciate. And then if you're dashing at somebody and you hit the triangle button, normally, Standing, it's just a suplex. But on dash, it becomes an Irish whip, and you can just mess somebody's momentum up that way. You also have access, like L2, the triggers then become a shield and your dash. If you hit both of them at once, it becomes a dodge. So you have a little bit of Smash Bros in there, but where you can actually perfect block and then set yourself up there, and then maybe dodge out of the way of attacks. If you hit somebody at the same time as they're trying to hit you, you have a little clash mechanic, and basically that just resets the both of you to try and do something else. If you're both trying to hit each other again, you just get a lot of clashes going on, and that's really good. There is so much energy and excitement to the game, and I'm really, really eager to pick it up now, because the initial trailer I was not hot on, I gotta be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But getting the chance to actually have it in my hands and really just mess around with it in a way that feels good, I think I'm really excited to see what comes out.
Wow.
Yeah,
you've got me really sold on this.
Cool
I was completely confused when everyone was talking about Rumbleverse today, because I thought they were talking about Multiverses, which is also in early access and is a completely different game. And okay, so Rumbleverse is the wrestling one, and Multiverses is the Warner Brothers Smash Bros. One.
Yeah, it's kind of hard too. I appreciate that there's kind of a difficulty curve to get over, because it's not entirely a fighting game, but something that's very intuitive too is that it'll tell you if you try and hit someone with a basic attack and they are trying to grapple at you, you cancel that out, and it'll tell you oh, there's a strike advantage here, or oh, there's a weapon advantage here, because you can pick up weapons and hit people with them. It'll let you know oh, this is the pseudo rock paper scissors that's going on, so that if you're ever confused about why something didn't connect, there's at least that quick second of oh, by the way, here's what's going on. When you enact your super mode on anybody, that'll also affect people, and then that super can also get stored as an additional life if you get knocked out, and they can also get you just a little bit extra of just additional health. But then you can also stock up on health items and stab boosters during the actual duration of the game, where those will affect your stamina, your health, and your actual damage output. There are a lot of moving components, and I think they really congeal in a way that's very fun. Even if you get knocked out 30, first person in the entire map, it just immediately gets you energized to try and do it again, because oh, maybe that time wasn't good. Let me try and get something else together. Let me try and keep going. It does a good job of making you want to join a new game, and also just a pretty decent spectator mode where you can apparently actually just control the camera
tight.
freely and actually maneuver through and see what's going on. There is so much, and I expected nothing out of this game. Just outright expected nothing out of this game, and now this might be something that is a regular on my rotation of just, what am I going to get into for the week?
Yeah, if it's the kind of game that you can just kind of hit play on a couple of rounds and then take it down again, that sounds really nice. I got to play Fall Guys for the first time in a week ago as part of the vacation. Let's do weird stuff. And that game's delightful for just turn it on, play around, turn it off. Who cares?
Yeah. And then fucking, I would say go check it out right now, but by the time this comes out, the 24-hour game demo will be done. With that said, definitely look out for it in the future. I think it is going to be exclusive to Epic in the meanwhile.
Mm-hmm.
But that might also include a console deal. Regardless,
I'm glad they're having a really good alpha. That rules. Or beta, whatever the test is today.
Yeah.
A public release.
I'm glad that they're sharing some cool stuff out there. It seems neat. It seems very badass. It's cool. All right. That about does it, I would say. What I don't know what else is going on. Is there anything else you want to touch on? We do have one question. Uh, I don't really know how to react to it.
I'm ready. I'm ready for the questions.
But, all right. This is from VivzyPop01, and they ask, "Can gym leader Sabrina and Alistair be friends?"
Oh,
I mean, I guess.
Alistair. Wait, who's?
Alistair's the little ghost boy from Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they. I mean, Sabrina thinks ghosts are funny, right? Maybe they could just be like, "Oh, that's pretty." I don't know. Maybe Alistair will be like, "No, don't laugh at my fucking friends. All right, don't fucking come over here."
They hang out. She's his babysitter.
Yeah, she's getting paid $14 an hour to watch his ass.
He watches. So wait, she just does the babysitting by like putting him in the weird psychic chamber thing that she did to Ash, right? Like that weird, like easiest job in the world.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, don't worry about it. He'll be fine. I'm just gonna go watch TV and eat all your fruit snacks. There's your answer. She's gonna eat all his fruit snacks. I got nothing else for you.
He's helpless.
He can't do shit about it. All right. Yeah. Is there anything else y'all want to touch on, or are we good?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we went through. You just listened to 130 different games over the course of 5 different E3 presentations. I think I'm fully loaded, John. There's been so many games talked about today.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't. I mean, we're gonna have to think about more tomorrow and the next day and probably the next day.
Seriously, if I just had a schedule, I would be so happy and comfortable with this. If I just had something that said this show is happening at this time on this channel.
It's all just happening whenever it feels like it, and
E3 was hell because it was all on the same day.
Please,
like this should be ideal. This should be perfect.
It's not helping at all.
We're so close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Maverick. Is there anything you want to touch on before we log off?
I mean, it literally just hit me as we're going through this podcast, but do just want to give a quick update on the fact that voice actor Billy Kametz has passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he is someone that I believe was previously afflicted with colon cancer and had to retire or at least go on hiatus earlier in the year. But it's unfortunate. Was someone that is definitely involved with, I think, a new resurgence of like voice acting in terms of just like voice talent that's been around. And you see a lot of that as well in some of the games that are also around. You might know him best as Ferdinand von Aegir in Fire Emblem Three Houses. He's got a character in 13 Sentinels that I've just been getting to know and am eager to know even more. Very it is at least something to think about, knowing that there are games coming out with roles that he was still reprising prior to the hiatus. Mm-hmm. So definitely just coming out of nowhere, and a weird, an unseen note to hit for the way that we are ending our podcast, but also video games takes more than one people. It's multiple people, multiple departments, and if any one part of that structure were legitimately and unequivocally unimportant, there wouldn't be this kind of heaviness that can be felt even in just something where you may not have known the person specifically, but goddamn, do you at least know the performances? And those end up having a much greater impact.
Yeah, Billy Kametz was a JoJo. He was the JoJo.
He was Josuke.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, that's tragic.
Mm-hmm. That's a real shame. Yeah, his performances are probably gonna just keep going. I mean, I don't know if he reprised Ferdinand in the Three Houses Muso that's coming out. You would think probably, because like that seems like it's done. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. It's a sad story, but it's something.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Maverick. I don't know if I would have known otherwise.
We gotta be aware of. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, again, it can at least be another way to look at the recent like John St. John Gianni ordeal, where ultimately it's two people wanting to portray a character who people say both do fantastic renditions of the character.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difference where this is someone that is definitely beloved, and someone that is so easy to sell the concept of what it means to be a voice actor like Troy Baker. It makes it easy to clown on, for a lack of a better word. But ultimately, when you show that you have a dedication to the craft that you do, that ultimately leaves that impact.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And thank you all for listening. This E3 train is gonna keep a rolling, or whatever it is. I don't
it's
know.
It's gonna roll us right into episode 399 next week.
The process.
Yeah. And then episode 400. That's real soon. We're probably gonna do it for funsies episode instead of an actual.
And there won't
be
any news during that week anyway. It'll be fine. Nothing will happen. E3 will be over, right? It won't.
Oh, I'm so scared.
It will,
that.
right?
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't tempt fate, please.
I mean, there's also the fact that apparently E3 is back for next year.
Yeah, I figured this year off was gonna. They have to come back. What else is the ESA going to be doing?
And they're going to be back with a vengeance.
They're going to be so
pissed.
much more info than you ever believed they had about journalists.
Can't wait. Where can we find you, folks? Maverick, where can we find you?
Folks can find me on Twitter over at Mavsplania. That's at MAVSPLANIA. Just posting, going about life.
Solon, how about you?
Hey, yeah, you can find Solon over at ChorbySP on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, on whatever you want, man. I don't care. But if you go find me on Twitch, I'll be live playing every Wholesome game, all of them. I want to play all 90 of them in a row right now. That's not. I'm actually I'm in the midst of actually playing a whole bunch of new games. Tonight's going to be a feature of we're going to bring back a bunch of old games that I hadn't gotten to finish before. One shot. I'm going to play some Sonic Forces. I'm going to just play a whole wide list of games that I've borrowed from people and haven't given them back, and I need to. So yeah, we stream every week doing a bunch of weird random stuff.
And you can find
this guy
me at JOHN_MICHONSKI on Twitter. That's me. That's on Twitter. John, hi. And also, I almost forgot to do the whole fucking regular ass rundown. The standard protocol.
Yeah, I want to know about our theme song.
And all over the place today. I apologize. Website videogamechoochoo.com. You can check that out. We're working on it. We're working on it, folks. We're working on it.
Website's
That's all I'm gonna say. At VGCC. At VGCC is our Twitter. VideoGameChooChoo.tumblr.com. Facebook.com/VideoGameChooChoo. YouTube.com/VideoGameChooChoo. Twitch.tv/VGChooChoo. patreon.com/VGCC. If you give us $3 a month, you get all of our stuff a week early. We've got Starlight Cars in the works. We've got Unlimited Real Works. Next episodes, we're going to talk about Thunderbolt Fantasy, which is like a puppet show, not really an anime.
Fuck yeah.
But we're still going to talk about it. So, if you want to, if you send in your opinions on Thunderbolt Fantasy, if you want.
It's fucking cool.
We'll read it on the show.
It's so fucking cool.
It is. And if you want to talk to folks who like this website or like video games or other things such otherwise, go to thegamezone.zone. You type that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight there. And finally, thank you to Melt Channel /Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic's Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. I'm pretty sure they're working on new stuff again. I don't know. I can't tell you when that'll be out, but new stuff sometime. That'd be pretty cool. And that'll do it. I want to thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. So long. Bye-bye.